Imagine two men. The first is Richard. Richard was the definition of success. He was a Harvard-educated executive at Merrill Lynch, so successful he retired in his 40s to become a philanthropist. He owned a mansion with 11 bathrooms, 2 elevators, and 2 swimming pools. He was, by all accounts, a financial genius. The second man is Ronald. Ronald lived a quiet life in a small town. He worked as a gas station attendant for 25 years and then as a janitor for 17 years. He lived in a tiny house, drove a used car, and his main hobby was chopping firewood. In 2014, both men made the news. Richard, the Harvard genius, went bankrupt. The 2008 crash wiped him out. His mansion was foreclosed on, and he was left with nothing. Ronald, the janitor, he died that same year with a net worth of $8 million. He left millions to his local library and hospital. How does a janitor with no formal education outperform a Harvard executive? It's because financial success isn't a hard science like physics or engineering. It's a soft skill. It's not about what you know, it's about how you behave. And behavior is hard to teach, even to really smart people. Today, we're breaking down Morgan Housel's masterpiece, The Psychology of Money. Whether you're planning for retirement or just trying to get your head above water, these lessons will change how you see every dollar in your pocket. The first thing we have to admit is that the world is messy. Housel argues that luck and risk are siblings. They are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by forces other than your own effort. When we see someone successful, we call it skill. When we see someone fail, we call it risk. But often, it's just luck. Bill Gates went to one of the only high schools in the world that had a computer in 1968. That was luck. One of his best friends at that school, Kent Evans, was just as smart as Bill, but he died in a mountaineering accident before graduating. That was risk. The lesson: be careful who you praise and who you look down upon. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems. This leads us to the most dangerous trap in finance: moving the goalposts. We've all seen it. You get a raise, so you buy a bigger car. You get a bonus, so you want a bigger house. If your expectations rise faster than your income, you will never feel wealthy. Housel tells the story of investors who had millions but risked it all and went to jail or lost everything because they wanted more. They didn't know when to say, "This is enough." Retirement tip: wealth isn't just about a big number. It's about having the discipline to keep your expectations in check so you can actually enjoy what you've built. If I asked you the secret to Warren Buffett's success, you'd probably say he's a great stock picker. And he is, but the real secret is time. As of this recording, Buffett is worth over $100 billion. But here's the kicker: over 95% of that wealth came after his 65th birthday. Buffett didn't just get high returns, he got consistent returns for 3/4 of a century. Most people try to swing for the fences to get rich quick. They want a 50% return this year. But Housel argues that good returns sustained for a long time will always beat great returns that you can only stick with for a year or two. This is the magic of compounding. It's like a snowball. At first, it's tiny and moves slowly. You feel like nothing is happening. But if you keep rolling it, the growth becomes explosive. The hardest part of investing isn't the math, it's the boredom. It's the ability to shut up and wait while the snowball grows. In retirement planning, your greatest asset isn't your salary. It's the number of years you have left to let the math do the heavy lifting. There are a million ways to get wealthy. You can start a business, win the lottery, or invest in the right tech stock. But there is only one way to stay wealthy: a combination of frugality and paranoia. Getting money requires taking risks, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there. But keeping money requires the exact opposite. It requires humility and the fear that what you've built can be taken away. Housel suggests that you should save like a pessimist, but invest like an optimist. Invest like an optimist by believing that the economy will grow over the long term. Save like a pessimist by assuming that the short term will be a disaster. You need a room for error. In the engineering world, they build bridges that can hold 10 times the weight of trucks expected to cross them. You need to do the same with your money. If your retirement plan only works if the stock market returns 10% every single year, your plan is broken. You need a plan that survives the years when the market returns 0 or -20. Survival is the only strategy that matters. This is perhaps the most profound lesson in the book. When most people say they want to be a millionaire, what they actually mean is, I want to spend $1 million. But spending $1 million is the literal opposite of being a millionaire. We tend to judge wealth by what we see, the Ferraris, the Rolexes, the Instagram vacations. But Housel calls this the man in the car paradox. When you see a guy driving a $200,000 Porsche, you rarely think, wow, that guy is successful. Instead, you think, if I had that car, people would think I am successful. You ignore the man and focus on the car. Wealth is the money that hasn't been spent yet. Wealth is the car not purchased, the diamond not bought, the first-class upgrade declined. Wealth is the option to retire early, the freedom to leave a job you hate, and the ability to sleep at night without worrying about bills. The world is full of people who look rich but are actually underwater with debt, and quiet people like Ronald the janitor who are actually wealthy because they kept the gap between their ego and their income wide. At the end of the day, why do we want money? Is it for the stuff, the status? Morgan Housel argues that the highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. That is the ultimate dividend. Money's greatest intrinsic value is its ability to give you control over your time. Being able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want, provides a level of happiness that no luxury item can ever match. So, as you build your retirement visual summary of your own life, remember, be humble when things go right and be compassionate when things go wrong. Manage your ego more than your spreadsheet. Time is the most powerful force in finance. And finally, save for the sake of saving. You don't need a reason to save. Saving is just a hedge against life's inevitable surprises. Wealth isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most disciplined person in the room.
If you found this helpful, subscribe and hit that like button so more people like yourself will find this video. We're going through the world's greatest finance books, one concept at a time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next summary.